Всіх вітаю, з вами Спіді. Я продовжую проходити Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. В минулій серії я врятував птачка від повішення за звірократство. Ну а в сьогоднішній я буду проходити завдання, які лишилися в замку.
I heard some interesting books from Prague have arrived at the castle. There's one I'd like to borrow. An alchemist's cookbook. A sand-coloured cover, embossed.
Yes, several rare and astonishing books have arrived from Prague. But why are you interested in an alchemist's cookbook, of all things?
I've heard there are some interesting ideas in it. Every alchemist is in dogged pursuit of wisdom, especially those from Prague.
Perhaps you know more about that book than I do. Well, I'll have to disappoint you. Lord Nickvard Libak helped me sort the new books at the time, and the one you're looking for caught his attention. He left with it before I could even discover what it's about. All I remember is the author's initials, B.B. I'm fairly benevolent when it comes to lending books, and I appreciate Nickvard's help, but he's had it borrowed for an excessive amount of time now. I'd like to ask him to return it, but he's been avoiding me.
Why would Nickvard suddenly be avoiding you?
I have a sneaking suspicion. It seems Nickvard lost the book. I've warned him repeatedly not to carry borrowed books around with him, but to leave them in his chamber and read them there. But Nickvard is old and stubborn, and this is how things turn out.
The price of such a book must be incalculable. People like Nickvard are too dumb to understand.
But I digress. As I said, Nickvard is intentionally avoiding me. But I've made headway. I've managed to find 3 people who've spoken to him recently. Bertha, the cook, Regina, the maid, and Hirsch, the hand.
I reckon those aren't the only 3 people that know him.
I'm surprised that he's ever spoken to anyone but myself. Nickvard is a loner. Which is also why I suspect something bad has happened. Now that he's decided to leave his shell, that is. But I'm afraid that's all I've managed to find out. Since Lord von Berkov's arrival, I've been preoccupied with other matters.
I'll help you. I'll ask all 3 and see if they lead me to Nickvard.
Many thanks. If you aren't sure what to do, stop by and we'll discuss what you found out.
Before I go, can you tell me where I can find those people in the castle?
Who, exactly?
You said Nickvard is avoiding you. Where at the castle does he live? Are there any places he frequents?
Nickvard lives like a hermit here at Trotsky. Like a ghost. His chambers are in the Crone's Tower. But God knows if he's ever slept there. He took his meals down in the Crone's kitchen. Lately, I've often seen him talking to Regina in the Knight's Hall, in the Maiden, or looking out the hall window. I caught sight of him a few times with Hirsch at the transport yard below the castle.
So I just have to hope I run into him somewhere.
Nickvard always just shows up. I've rarely ever found him on my own. I'm not surprised you can't find him anywhere, since I've been trying myself.
Where is Bertha?
Bertha cooks for us in the Crone's kitchen. She's there most days. If you can't find her there, try the first house in the lower castle, across from the door to the dungeon.
Where is Regina?
As Lord von Berkoff's personal maid, she'll likely be somewhere in the Maiden's Palace, perhaps in the Knight's Hall, or on the floor above it, near the Lord's chambers. She even sleeps there.
Where is Hirsch, the stable boy?
I've seen him with Hirsch at the transport yard below the castle. He sleeps in the house directly across from it. I don't know him much, though.
That's everything I needed to know.
От і добре. Нічого цікавого. Нічого. Це не дуже мені цікаво. Хіба що сталь забрати. А і то мені не дуже воно потрібно. Відомому слузі. Якщо ти вже виконав своє завдання, потребую тебе у своєму маєтку, і то якомога швидше. Здається, наші вороги знайшли спосіб нашкодити нам просто під тросками. Щоб швидко з ними розібратися, потрібні твої вміння і хитрість. Тут ніхто тебе не знає, і краще цим скористатися, краще приїдь уночі. Кого, який саме маєток? Це є. Покращує красномовство і пришвидшує читання. Якщо зілля чудової якості, також збільшує кількість отримуваного досвіду. Цікаво. Розумію, треба скинути. Так. Так. Так, тут святого Бенедикта. Давай, я б ваша мідь. Все заберу. Я б ваша мідь. Дуже і дуже небезпечно тут будь. Чого цікавого? Також нічого цікавого. Завершив я. Можна далі тут подивитися, що до чого. Але вигляд тут який. З вікон. Не цікаво. Гроші. Нічого. Ваша мідь. Я ж було подумав, що десь тут така. Проснувся хтось. Це не цікаво. Також не цікаво. Цим я завершив. Сюди перевірити, що до чого. Тут нічого. Також. Я тут хіба що книги позбираю і все. Якщо вони тут, звісно, є. Нема нічого такого.
God bless you.
А. Я тут і нічого і не подивлюся в тій кімнаті даже. Хіба що вона кудись піде пізніше. Тут також я нічого не зможу зробити. Цим поки що все. Для млинаря. Питайте кухарку. Та вона десь тут? Та ось вона.
Good afternoon.
I'm looking for Nickvard. The scribe told me you might know something about him.
Well, I'm waiting for Lord Libac to stop by. I brewed him another phial of medicine. but I don't even know if the last one helped. I told him to stop by for another one soon. I reckon he must be feeling better.
Did he say where he was headed?
I can't say. I promised Lord Libac his secret is safe with me, as well as his file of medicine.
Oh, come now. Nickvard misplaced an important book somewhere. A sort of alchemist cookbook. I need to find it.
I remember the recipes by heart. And Lord Libac's secret is certainly worth more than any book.
Well, if a nobleman's secret is worth so much, how about this? That'll buy you more than one book.
I suppose Lord Libac wouldn't mind. And do you have the exact amount?
Of course.
So many groschen. I promise I'll split it with Lord Libac when I see him, and I'll explain everything.
But now tell me, what's the medicine for?
Well, it's a common potion for a bellyache. Just better tasting. It helps your meals go down easier and come out slower the other end. In that regard, Lord Libac had, well, how to say it? Everything came out much too quickly.
Nickvard didn't have time to run down the stairs, eh?
It was in the privy down below the crone, by the training ground below the guardhouse. I helped him clean his hose and made him the medicine, and I promised that I wouldn't say anything. Lord Libac is quite particular about the impression he makes on the young maids, you know. He didn't want this little episode to put them off. That's why he didn't use the privy near the maids' quarters, though it's closer to his chamber, but to the arena instead, and only when there weren't any soldiers around. But this time, it caught up with him.
Is that all?
What else is there to say? That the entire time he looked as if he'd done the worst thing in the world. It happens to the best of us, and I told him as much then. I'm just surprised he never came back for another file. I must say, he did look as if the fate of the entire castle was suddenly on his shoulders.
I don't know if this is going to do me any good.
Well, you could have found a worse clue.
Thanks anyway.
Де ж? Що є, то є. У чоловіка. Далі. До кого мені топати? Нікварда. Тому про Нікварда. Це мені сюди. Пізніше візьму. Завдання.
At your service, sir.
Мені вище треба. Можна. Та я б вашу мідь. Де та служниця може бути? Нічого не буде, скоріш за все.
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
Ось вона.
Welcome, sir. What can I do for you?
Do you know where I can find Nickvard? The scribe said you might know.
Erazim is suddenly interested in Nickvard and me. You don't say. But when I need him to read something for me, he never has the time. I'm sorry.
I was asking about Nickvard.
Aye, I heard you. Say, can you read?
I can.
In that case, would you mind reading this message I have from Nickvard?
Show me. Dear Mistress of the Chambers. What is it?
Oh, what I wouldn't give to get messages from someone else. Say, Lord Capon? Never mind. Read on. Though I reckon it interests you more than me.
Persevere. We shall soon escape the dungeon of those two women. Cursed fate, however, has placed an obstacle in my way. The heat of the Lightbringer's potion is working, and I can feel my insides being reborn. But when the last remnants of old age left my body, something else was washed away with them.
How much longer is it?
Not much. My damn clumsiness has sent all of the Lightbringer's secrets into the void, but fear not, I shall get them back. May this be the first task on the road to your liberation. That's it.
Beautiful.
True enough. Nickford has a flair for the dramatic.
My, that's Liebach for you.
But what does it mean? Can you explain any of it to me?
Lord Liebach has taken a liking to me. I suggested to him it wasn't proper for a noble to have an affair with a maid. He thought I meant he was too old for me. But then he found what he calls the Lightbringer's potion book. He said it would light a flame in him that would burn out all that's old. So I suppose it worked. Hooray!
I know the book he's talking about, but what does he mean, into the void?
Look, can we stop talking about this? I feel a little uncomfortable here talking about some old lovelorn nobleman.
I need help. You can give it some thought, can't you?
No! And now leave me alone.
Шкода, не потрібно було все-таки вибирати, щоб варіант з допомогою. Ну, що є, то є вже. Цього не змінити. До мене не ходить.
Good doggy. Good boy. I'm sorry.
О, що тут у коваля?
God bless you, sir.
How long have you been serving in Trotsky?
Why do you ask?
I don't know much about this place, so I wanted to ask you about a few things.
I'm not much of a talker. You'd be better off having a word with our scribe, Erasim. He's served here since the days of the previous lord.
Що
Show
він
me
тут
your
продає,
wares.
до речі? Базилярд. Ага.
What
Я пошуміть.
can you...
Нічого
What do you
страшного.
need?
What do you have for...
Обладунки, що тут по них? Такі собі. Ого. Ого. А це цікаво. Кольчужний комір з жетоном. Це цікаво. Це би я взяв. Це який у мене цей комір. Цей би я взяв спокійно. Переготенні рукавиці, друга якість. Брати максимальної якості, як не як. Вони не настільки то й кращі, прості ламані рукавиці. Сімсот. Їтить колотить. Міланські латні поножі. 1100, йопо шуміть. Гігантинні ноги. поножі, захисних виготовлень. І хрін його пойме, що воно стане замість латних ніг. Баргантинні ноги. І ні. Ну да, воно стане замість них. Так що краще все-таки не брати. Я собі. Ну, виходить лише даний кольчужний комір з жетоном візьму. Як непоганий захист.
I'd like to discuss the price.
Very well. Aye, that'll do. Thank you, sir. And come again.
От і добре. Єдить колотить. Оце кінь, так кінь.
Good to see you.
І собі жеребець. Знову такий собі. — 248 та же підйомність. Ого. Все-таки зараз на коні туди поїхати до наступного цього. До наступної точки.
Easy, good horse.
А він не хоче бігати, питання.
Whoa!
How can I help you, sir?
I'll have a look at the...
Ну, тут по товарах. Кількість комірок 3 вже. А це цікаво. Це цікаво. Сідло.
Word about the price.
Aye. I was glad to be of help to you.
Що тут на коні? Варійське сідло за 1000.
Good sir.
Would you repair it? I'd like to do...
Well, aye. You're excellent. It was a pleasure doing business with you, sir.
Це вже все тут відремонтував.
Easy, easy. Nice and slow.
То де він тут? Я вже проскакав. Повз.
Aye, I'm in a right bind.
Whoa!
It's a deal. Go ahead and tell Franz and Bashek too.
Well, I'll be on my way. I wish you well.
God be with you.
My respects.
I'm looking for Nickvard. The scribe told me you might know something about him.
Hey, Nick. I mean, Lord Libak. I almost forgot about him. I suppose his task wasn't so pressing.
What task?
Nick Libak, that is, entrusted me with a big task quite a while back. He's a castle lord. Obviously, I had to obey him. But then I heard what another castle lord was planning, von Berghoff, and I had to obey him even more. He says there's a war on. So here I am, ready to go off to battle.
I need to know more about what Nickvard asked you to do.
No. There are new rules now. You have to prove you're not a spy.
What are you blathering about?
Von Berghoff said there's a war on, right now. I told him, watch out for spies, Sir Otto. But fear not, I know how to sniff them out. You're a spy yourself, ain't you?
I'm not.
Ha! That's exactly what a spy would say. That's why you have to be vetted, to see if you're really on our side. The side that Nickvard's on, just so you know. We're all friends here. You can join us.
I'd like to.
Hold your horses. First a test.
Tell me what you want from me, then.
A sword.
Sword? What sword?
A long and very good one to help me deal with other spies. If you bring it to me, I'll know you're not an enemy spy who should fear me. Forge one, buy one, or even steal one for me. Maybe from one of the guards at the training ground or down by the gate. During the day, they're not in the towers anyway.
Steal a sword? That sounds like something a spy would do.
Not a spy who wants to help von Berghoff's most loyal servant. By servant, I mean me. See, once I get a sword, I'll fill you in on Nickvard's task.
Listen, Hirsch.
Don't try any word games on me. Persuasion, threats, I know about them spy tricks. Deeds talk louder than words. For example, like bringing me a sword.
I'll think of a way to convince you.
Можна було і не говорити.
Slowly.
На те, що
Nice
я його
and slow.
вмовлю.
Slow down, you idiot!
Так не стій, бляха-муха, посеред дороги. Я зараз просто йому віддам якийсь меч. Типу, звичайно, любий меч йому принести, чи що? Довгий меч відмінної якості.
Thinking about.
Рог і шабля, тесак, базалярд. Зараз збережуся. То йому меч. Військовий меч. Там стоїть.
God bless.
About Nickford.
Got that sword yet, spy?
You wanted a sword? So look at what I got for you.
Муха. Саме довгий
I don't
потрібен.
want a...
Добре, тоді зараз куплю рецепт і викую його. Це на те пішло.
What would you like, friend?
Show me your wares.
Базоляр, бойовий довгий, звичайний довгий. Звичайний довгий.
I'd like to do...
Finally, a I was glad to be of help to you, good sir.
Що потрібно на цей меч? Це в мене вже був цей шабля, писак, широкий. Чого я не можу вивчити? Я не знаю цей рецепт. Провафлив так провафлив, я вашу мідь. Я ж знав уже рецепт цього меча. Так, тоді лише матеріали, які тут потрібні. Гардо, верхів'я, залізо, свиняча і сталь. Залізо. І гардо. Свиняча. Я залізу і 2 сталі. Далі все. Оце провафлив так провафлив. Я все зберіг, і то добре. Довгий меч ось цей.
Damn, it's burning. I'm halfway there. Fine. Now to temper it.
Сподіваюся, меч буде нормальної якості. Якість максимальна. Йомою, ще й 2 відмічки отримав. Добре, дякую за це. Тепер можна йти до того чувака.
May God give you health, sir.
Did you hear about what happened at the big wheel?
Де він тут заховався?
Good afternoon.
About Nickford.
Got that sword yet, spy?
You wanted a sword? So look at what I got for you.
That's perfect. Lovely. I don't think you're a spy. Can't say for sure, but you seem all right.
What about Nickford, then?
Nickvar asked me to do something for him. He must have admired my devotion to Lord von Bergoth. Either way, Nick looked troubled and not very healthy. He wanted me to fetch him something he lost outside the castle, and I told him I would. At least I could check to see if anyone was sneaking around about the castle. But then Nickvard clutched his belly and ran off. So I never found out what he wanted, or from where.
That's all.
Aye. If you run into Nickvard, ask him if he still needs it or whether he found it himself. I'll be going into war soon, so I don't have time for these things, see?
I'll tell him.
І то. А, ще тут якраз з цим чуваком поговорити треба. Добре.
Careful.
Якщо я вийду за ворота, тут нічого не трапиться.
Here, Matt. Search.
Поки нічого не знайде. Схоже на це. Полин. Тому щось і знайшов. щось там цікаве чи що? Можливо, навіть той предмет, який потрібно шукати, якщо його взагалі потрібно шукати, з'явиться лише після того, як я поговорю і людиною. Як його там? Ніквард.
You have a kind master, eh, Mutt?
Дійсно, я зря тут шукаю. Попроще. Хоча я тут, кажеш, забирав же ж. Та нічого. Добре, що вони тут були взагалі гроші. Додаткові. Я сподіваюся, не так то багато цього бруду ліпиться на мене. Начебто ні.
You must be Nick Vard, eh? Poor wretch.
Йо! Я його знайшов. Конкове вугілля. Да.
How many more times am I gonna have to poke around in corpses and shit for that damn cradle?
Походу, якраз таки цю книгу він і шукав, яку він випадково впустив. Ну і завдання, звісно. Де ця книга? Всяке тут багато читати. А немало читати. Що вже є, то вже є. Лише сюди швидке переміщення. Ясно. Ну, якби я в зворотню сторону відразу пішов. Я б набагато швидше знайшов дану книгу.
Nice and so. Whoa!
З нею не поговориш. Зрозуміло. Шкода, що не мене з нею поговорити. Сюди мені можна пройти?
You're not permitted to be here. Halt!
I surrender!
You can't say you weren't warned. You can't just loiter around on other people's property.
Яка хата? Я
You'll pay
прошу
up
мій.
and show me whether you stole anything. Otherwise, we'll deal with your unruliness in the pillory.
How dare you accuse me like that? Like some ordinary peasant? Do you have any idea who I am?
Oh, I apologize, my lord. I must have made a mistake. Let's just forget about this.
От і добре. Тачик стоїть.
Careful.
The Lord be with you. What do you need? Take care.
Не зараз, не зараз. Сюди млинарю віддати. Ось це завдання. Так, таки зараз.
Go and get your horse so we can get going.
Верхній поверх потрібно. Говорить, що то якраз таке завдання від пана того. В даних речах у мене. Якийсь статут святого Бенедикта. Ну і все.
Greetings. What would you like?
Is there any work around the castle I can help with?
Well, there's the issue with the demons.
Demons?
Quiet! I don't want to cause a panic, but yes, unfortunately. Once again, devils are wreaking havoc at Trotsky.
You mean horned ones? From hell?
Do you know any other kind? I'm preoccupied with tasks from Lord von Berghoff at the moment, so I don't have time to deal with it. But I suppose you could do it? You and that friend of yours have a lot to make up for.
You want me to get involved with hell itself? At least tell me more about it.
Ah, you know the times we're living in. War, bandits. The devil took advantage of the chaos and sent his hellspawn here. The castle is built upon an ancient, though fortunately extinguished, fiery moor. It's no wonder it's so close to hell. The spawn of hell shows up here from time to time, and I want you to improve your standing with me and help me out.
How many do you think there are?
A lot. Certainly more than there are sinners in the region. Expect at least 10 beasts for every soul.
That's some army. And I've never seen a real demon before. So what needs to be done?
Our cooks, Manietta and Berto, were complaining about the creatures running around their kitchens. Ossina, the castle blacksmith, was also blabbering something of the sort as well. The good news is it's only 3 people, for now. We have to act quickly to prevent the panic from spreading any further.
What did you do about it in the past? I reckon this isn't the first time you've had to deal with it.
We usually cleansed the infested places with the help of a priest or an apothecary. Except for that one year when Sir Otto himself faced Lucifer in the Maiden Tower.
Lord von Berghoff has my admiration, then. How long did they fight? And what kind of armor was Lucifer wearing? Did Lord von Berghoff sustain any injuries?
In any case, you'll have to ask Manietta and Berta, or the blacksmith perhaps, where the demons are coming from. And then simply make sure to get rid of them for good. You understand? I'm sure both the scribe Erazim and Father Nicodemus will have something to say about it as well. The question is if you're up to it, or if I should call in someone braver.
I'm ready to scour the castle and try to chase those monsters away. Could you arrange for me to be able to go wherever I want in the castle, without anyone chasing me out?
Very well. You can move freely about the castle while completing this task, but don't stay any longer than necessary in otherwise forbidden areas. I'll let the guards and servants know discreetly. If anyone asks, tell them you have my permission.
You said something about a priest and an apothecary. Should I pay them a visit?
We've always used either holy water or magic water from the apothecary to get rid of those hellish creatures. Which one would you prefer?
I'll try the water from the apothecary.
He supposedly went all the way to the Takov waterfall to collect it during the full moon. I believe you can do it. Should the demons attack you, just run away. But don't make too much of a ruckus, or you'll cause a panic.
Добре. Немало тут побігати потрібно буде. Осиною.
You're always welcome here, no.
The Chamberlain mentioned you've seen demons at the castle.
You're damn right I did. What do you know about it?
Nothing. That's why I came to you.
I'm sure at least half a dozen demons have taken up residence in the western courtyard. If the Chamberlain didn't tell you how dangerous this is for all of us, I'm telling you now.
Of course he told me. That's why we're trying to resolve this as quickly as possible.
I'm glad to hear it. Give those demons their due.
Tell me what you know, then.
You know the guardhouse with the little arena? In the palace below the Crone, over by the outer wall. Inside, I mean, on the ground floor. The place stinks like hell, day in and day out. It makes my head spin. I've seen things there with my own eyes I'd rather not talk about. I'd start the investigation there if I were you.
All right. I'll look into it.
Добре, так, наступний, з ким тут поговорити.
The Chamberlain said you know something about the demons haunting the castle.
Those monsters are back again. Last summer, we only heard them scratching the walls and roof with their claws. But they got a lot more bold this time. They're leaving charred marks on my wooden spoons, throwing clumps in my food, and they're constantly leaving their droppings in my kitchen.
Don't worry. The Chamberlain is taking this very seriously. He sent me to take care of it.
My eyes and ears aren't what they used to be, but I still know everything that's going on around here. Be on the lookout for people walking arse first. That's how the demons disguise themselves, so you can't see their hollow inside.
All right. I'll keep an eye out. Where should I look for them?
They're coming from the other side of the castle, below the maiden, I swear.
How should I deal with them?
Of course. Everyone knows the demons enter this world through the flames. You have to find 5 fireplaces in the palace, under the maiden, and sprinkle water on them. Be careful to sprinkle within the width of your little finger. 9 drops, 1 for every angelic choir. And every 3rd drop must be twice as big as the ones before it.
I'll take care of it. I hope I can do it exactly as you said.
And one more thing to take to heart. The spell is most effective when performed in the moonlight. But most of all, don't forget 9 drops.
I came to tell you I found Nickvard.
Will he come and pick up his medicine?
He won't need it anymore. He's dead.
My God! It must have been something more serious than indigestion, then. Demons?
No. He just overestimated his strength.
How sad. But thanks for telling me. I'll pray for his soul.
Саме головне її не знати, де саме він.
Next time it'll be...
Почув сном, так сказати. А все-таки піти до того. Ось він є.
You're always welcome here, noble sir.
I came to tell you I managed to find Nickvard.
Where did that madman wander off to this time?
He's dead. I found him lying below the privy outside Trotsky Castle. Poisoned, exhausted, or both. Hard to say.
My God! Nick, you fool! Did you report it to the Chamberlain?
Not yet.
Once I get over it, I'll go to him. But if you were faster, I'd be grateful. So Nickvard isn't left lying there. What about that book?
В принципі, можна і збрехати, і забрати книгу собі. Ну, якраз таки для того млинаря.
With regard to that book...
You know what? I couldn't care less about that blasted book. That cursed tome. I'll actually be glad if I never get my hands on it. Forgive me.
Дякую, велике.
What kind of tasks do you do for Lord von Berghoff?
Rare ones, lad. His lordship spends little time at Trotsky. As the Royal Chamberlain, he has to be in Prague most of the time.
What does the Royal Chamberlain do?
I understand, lad. You're asking about his authority, eh?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know anything at all about him.
Sir Otto von Burgo is the Royal Chamberlain. Subcamerarius in Latin. He's one of the 9 most powerful officials in the kingdom. He manages the royal towns and monasteries, approves the councillors and abbots in them, and appoints the royal judges.
Why does Sir Otto have to be in Prague so often?
Because that's the seat of the royal court, and our lord is one of the highest royal officials. Praga caput regni, young man. Prague is the heart of the kingdom. All the political threads come together there. It's where they handle administration of the country. If you want to be somebody, you have to go to Prague, or to Moravia, to that traitor Jobst of Luxembourg.
Excuse me, but why do you consider Margrave Jobst a traitor?
And what else should I call a person who only looks out for any chance to benefit himself?
But now he's fighting for King Wenceslas, isn't he?
Jobst has changed sides so often it's impossible to keep track. But, to give him credit where credit is due, unlike our king, he's a great politician. Wenceslas wasn't even able to hold on to the imperial crown that his father passed on to him before he died. Yes, indeed. One day that bloody Margrave Jobst of ours is going to make it big. He might even become the emperor himself.
Why doesn't Lord von Burgov free our King Wenceslas from captivity in Vienna? He's powerful enough for that, isn't he?
It's politics, boy. Pure and simple.
I understand, but could you explain it a bit more for me? Why did they take our king captive? And why did the Czech lords let Sigismund spread all over the country like a plague?
That's complicated. Back during the reign of both King's father, Emperor Charles, the nobles gained great wealth and power. And when young Wenceslas came to the throne, he didn't have enough experience or courage to stand up to them. That's why he surrounded himself with faithful lower lords and entrusted them with all the royal offices.
I reckon the high nobility didn't like that, eh?
You're damn right they didn't. They conspired against the king and established their League of Lords. That started a protracted war, dragging the king's cousins, Prokop and Jobst of Luxembourg, into it. But King Wenceslas was stubborn, unyielding, and, unfortunately, also often drunk. He preferred to run away from politics to wine, women, and the hunt. It was only a matter of time before the lords conspired with his brother, the Hungarian King Sigismund. A year ago, they got together and captured Wenceslas in Prague, and Sigismund had the royal castles occupied by his allies. They secretly took the king to Vienna, where his brother is still holding him firmly under lock and key.
So von Burgov and the others want Sigismund to be king?
Not at all. Soon they discovered they'd miscalculated, and that Sigismund wanted the whole country for himself. And now they can't agree on what to do about it. I think that's why Lord von Burghoff received your message. He's trying to find new allies among the lower nobility.
Who are among Wenceslas's opponents?
Who do you think? All the nobles in the League of Lords, of course. The most powerful are Henry of Rosenberg, Henry of Hraditz, Boresh of Riesenberg, Bohuslav of Schwamberg, and our Sir Otto von Burghoff, too, so far.
But we serve Sir Hanush of Lipa and Radzig Kobyla.
Exactly. They're representatives of the lower nobility, who always stood faithfully by Wenceslas because he handed out royal positions to them.
Ah, damn politics.
On the contrary, boy. It's only thanks to politics that von Burghoff didn't send you two to the gallows straight away.
I'd like to learn something.
What is this about?
Can you tell me what's been happening in the world?
I'll tell you some interesting things.
От і все, в принципі, на зараз. Тут я завершив.
You're always welcome here, good sir.
І потрібно було ще раз поговорити. Там як його? З голови, як його звуть. Сподіваюся, він на місці. Так, це... Знайти чортів, поговорити з монетою. Каморник, да.
Does the name Nikvard Libak ring a bell?
Yes, but I haven't seen him for a long time. What about him?
Nikvard is lying dead outside Trusky Castle walls, where the guardhouse privies are. He apparently overestimated his strength while, on his little excursion.
Are you serious? My God. I'll send someone there immediately.
Цим завершено.
So, Master Chamberlain, are you feeling better?
I don't want to hex it, but I'm a lot better. I even managed to finally lie down and close my eyes for a while.
That's good. It's a sign that your humors are back in balance. But you have to keep taking the medicine, otherwise you risk another collapse.
I'll be careful, thank you. And here's a small token of my gratitude.
Дякую. Отче за це.
While exploring the region, I came across several graves of your men.
Ah, yes. Captain Thomas and his men were not the only ones not to return. At least we know what happened to them. Here. Something for your trouble. God be with you.
Що ж, на даний момент я вже буду завершувати дану серію. Всім дякую за перегляд, всім до побачення.